Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? So, we've got Indian authorities. When I first brought this to you 6 days ago, it was that the United States had seized operations, or Garantex had stopped operations. Then they were seized by the United States, and Tether had also taken action against this company. Garantex co-founder Aleksej Besciokov has been arrested in India. Do you think he was trying to hide? I think so. I think so. So the company is allegedly has allegedly laundered billions through their systems, and it's going to be a tough time for him. He's going to be extradited to the United States, and so when I look at other places that are being accused of laundering, I kind of go, Garantex allegedly laundered billions. OKX is accused of laundering 100 million. Laundering is not good. Let's get that straight. But this is what I mean by small exchanges that are capable of doing a lot of different things. Flying under the radar for a really long time. So I'm just letting people know, when you do business out there, do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That all starts with doing your own research. So when you're looking for those obscure coins that everybody's talking about, look to see where they're being traded. Look to see who's trading them. And if you have to work too hard, I had this conversation with somebody just a few days ago. If you have to work that hard to get to that coin, you shouldn't get to that coin. You probably should not get to that coin. Just putting it out there for you. Then you've got Bitdeer. Bitdeer is a Bitcoin miner, and they increased their Bitcoin holdings to 1,039 BTC. This is despite having a Q4 drop of $532 million. Some of these companies are not playing games. They're saying that we're going to increase our Bitcoin holdings because we're investing in the future. That's a very big deal, because this is why I tell you guys to do your own research, because your first investment is in you, and doing that research helps to educate you. This company is applying that same kind of rule. We're going to invest in our future the way research helps you invest in yours. Not a bad move. Not a bad move at all. I mean, think about it. Right now, it's worth about $87 million. Let it go up from the $83,000 now to 100. How much money did they make? So just putting it out there that doing certain things can put you in a good place. By the way, that would be a 20% rise in a very short time, which I actually am expecting. Then you have European regulators are investigating OKX, like I said, for $100 million allegedly laundered from the Bybit heist. Wouldn't that be some ish? Now, the question is are they accusing the company of laundering itself, doing the laundering itself? Or are they accusing the company of allowing laundering to happen? And we won't know until that investigation is complete. But those are really big questions that I have. But right now, I'm not touching OKX. I am not somebody that's playing around with OKX. I'm good off that. Nope. And remember, they just paid $500 million to the United States government for basically operating illegally in the country. Ooh. Just saying. Do your own research. I mean, it wasn't a bad company before, but nobody knew what they were doing or what was being alleged before. These are the things that we must pay attention to, that you have to do your own research on. You have to kind of dig in. This is like going to a bad bank. You got to kind of dig in and see what's going on there, right? When you invest in a company, you buy the stock, you got to dig in and see what that company is all about, if that's a good investment. It's a kind of big deals. So when people muck around with penny stocks, this is what we're talking about. Yeah. I know it's more work. It's more work. It really is, but it is what it is. You got to do it if you plan on getting ahead. And I mean getting ahead. Then you've got Tether CEO Paolo Ardoino emphasizing that USDT's involvement or role in sustaining the US dollar's dominance. And I'm sitting here and I'm kind of going, yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. USDT is pegged to the US dollar. So if USDT is pegged to the US dollar, that means that, yes, they are helping the dollar's dominance. So if you're the United States, why would you do that? The world's number one stable coin. And that's what you choose to do. You choose to go after it. I think we should take a step back, kind of rethink that. Because I'm going to tell you something. I think more people trust USDT than they trust any other coin out there besides Bitcoin. I'm just going to put that. Has it always been perfect? No, it has not. When it first got started, yes, there were problems. But I'm going to tell you something. I think that more people, like I said, I think more people trust USDT than they trust other coins. It's got the most trading pairs out there. I'm just saying, it's something to pay attention to. If you're doing your own research, that's one of the things that you should be paying attention to. You ever look across a lot of exchanges and the payment is always USDT then the coin? That's the trading pair. That's the most popular trading pair. USDT, other coins. Just putting it out there for you. Argentine lawyer Gregorio requested an Interpol Red Notice because they want to arrest Hayden Davis with regard to that whole LIBRA fiasco. They're already seizing assets over it, the whole nine, but they want to arrest Hayden Davis. And I'm going to sit back and I just want to say, well, what did he do wrong? You're arresting him for what? For what? What laws do you have on the books that say he did something wrong? Now, do I like what's transpired, with LIBRA? No. But I would like somebody to tell me what laws he has broken. Now, dumb, but because I think jail would be like a happy place for him, because I think other people have other ideas for him. But that said, what laws did he break? You're mad at everybody. You should only be mad at one person. Well, a couple of people in your country. What laws did he break? Help me to understand, because I'm not getting it. I know it sounds kind of foul, right? It makes you stop and go, well, Eddie, are you really doing this? Are you really thinking about that? Yeah. What laws did he break? We're not asking for much. What laws did he break? And if he broke laws, okay, cool. But if he hasn't broken laws and you're only lashing out, well, no bueno. Seriously, just saying. No bueno. And I think he should have kept his mouth shut. I don't think he should have been running around taking pictures with people. I don't think he should be running around telling everybody how he's sitting on over $100 million. Dumb. But, hey, you do you, son. You do you. But really, I do want to know what kind of laws he broke. That's going to interest me. That's really going to interest me. Coinbase is suspending trading for meme coins Floki, Turbo, and GigaChat in New York. And it's over legal concerns. And it's going to happen April 14th. So if you're trading those in New York, you might want to think about it. You might want to rethink your holdings. Just saying. Just saying. Now, for me, I'm looking at that and I'm kind of going, yeah, New York is tough to do business in if you're a crypto company. It really is tough to do business here. Ripple secured a key regulatory license from Dubai's International Financial Center. That's right. Ripple's in Dubai. And if you take the string of good news that Ripple's had around the world, and then you ponder the idea that they're coming close to a settlement with the SEC, when that news comes out, and we did a poll last night, I think it's going to move the market. And then on top of that, layer on top of that they've been ready for an IPO for a really long time. So they might have to go back and, refresh some numbers and things like that. But I think that IPO would be right on the heels of all of this. And I think they're going to announce big international plans. They're just waiting. They're waiting for the right time to make the announcement. And I think that it's possible by the end of the month, we could see a deal by the SEC, which would make April a booming month. April-May timeframe I think is going to be booming. Well, actually, I could say April, May, June. And the only reason why I could say that quarter is going to be booming is because we have a whole bunch of ETFs that might get approved. They're ready for the next stage. Then you have news like this. Just saying, there's a lot of positivity coming from between now and then. But I think April might be the month. So April, just be ready to make moves is what I would say. And I didn't have this up. That's bad. I should always have my watermark up. Oof. Bad business, Mr. Johnson. Token Metrics CEO Ian Bellina has announced that the SEC is supposedly going to drop their case against him. That's a big deal as you start to see the SEC, not start, but you continue to see the SEC shed unnecessary cases. And this was allegedly over Sparkster ICO violations. Sometimes you scratch your head and you wonder. Right? But, hopefully we've got clearer minds like Hester Pierce, Crypto Mom, looking at things that are going on at the SEC and is now in a position to make those kinds of changes. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be enforcement. There absolutely will be enforcement. But I think now when there's enforcement, it'll come with like a mad anvil. And the reason why is because they're taking so many steps to actually work with the industry. That's a very big deal. So if they're going to be working with the industry, when they come with the facts, you're going to jail. I can almost guarantee it. This isn't going to be a long, drawn-out thing. You're going to get hammered, period. That's the way that's going to work in my tiny little weeb, pea brain. So when I look at all this news, I'm sitting back and I'm just kind of going, like I said, I think my calendar in April is going to look good. I think my calendar in May could look good. June, we have some news that can make moves. So that's what I'm looking at right now. That's literally what I'm looking at right now. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get to the numbers. That's what we should do. So let's go. Ooh, that's the wrong screen. Don't want to see that. How about that one? Yeah, let's get my notes out of the way. All right, so who do we have reporting this week? Crown Castle, Williams-Sonoma, Dollar General, even DocuSign, Ulta Beauty. So you've got a few companies in the retail space that I'm really paying attention to because I'm just paying attention to the retail space. Why? Because people are spending less. People are spending less and we're expecting prices to go up. Somebody asked me the other day, you bought a new car? And I'm like, yeah, timing's right. Prices are going up. Prices on cars are going to wind up going up. Why? Because of tariffs. That's right. So I timed it and I was like, all right, it's time to go get a car. Let me go replace my car. Just saying, there are things that are happening. And then you look at yesterday's CPI numbers rather, core numbers came in, consumer price index came in a little cooler than everybody expected. PPI numbers this month or this week. Yeah, we'll see. We also get initial jobless claims. And I'm sitting back and I'm just kind of going, yeah, today's a very big day. Just like yesterday. And people are starting to speculate, well, based on yesterday's numbers, it might be good enough for the Fed to lower rates. There's a lot of speculation that, the current regime is doing things to force the Fed to lower interest rates. And, certain information could play into that. Like I said, I'm not necessarily a fan of the Fed lowering interest rates right now. I'm not necessarily a fan. The reason why is because I think it gives us less levers to pull. So manipulating an environment, right, to cause an artificial return to force the Fed to do something, I don't think that's a bright thing. I really don't. I'm not an economist, but it doesn't sound good to me. The fear and greed index is at 45. It was at 34 yesterday. We're slowly creeping back up. So we were in extreme fear. Now we're just in fear. Okay. We pretty much have not moved in terms of the total value locked. at $93.7 billion, a little bit lower yesterday. Then you've got BTC right there, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm just kind of like 83,000. It's dropped about $700 over the past, since we started recording. Do I think it's on the way up? It could be. But I also think that from here it could drop. Why? Because we still have tariff impacts, that are headed our way. Again, things to put on the calendar. April 2nd is going to be a big day. It's going to be very telling. Let's see if there are deals made with, Mexico and Canada about what's going on. And then I want to bring up the fact that we've got more U.S. workers and more government workers pounding the pavement, as half of the Department of Education was furloughed yesterday. Not even furloughed, fired. So you got more people pounding the pavement. Just saying, there are things that we should be paying attention to, and that's one of them. And it makes you wonder, when your eyes are being forced to look over here, what else is going on? When I'm looking at the big picture, Pi is up because Pi Day is tomorrow. Hype is down because of that $4 million hit. I told you about that last night. XLM is up. AVAX is up. There are a lot of coins over here that make me stop and say, hey, there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of opportunity here. But when I get confused about opportunity, what do? I come over to this, which is the GMB crypto tracker, and I start looking at, well, what could I be doing? Actually, you know what? I want to look at the losers today. So the losers today, Akash, a nice stop at 5%. So you only have 3 top losers, and only Hyperliquid out of all of them is the one I'm looking at, right? Hyperliquid dropped 6.63%. They have a GMB X factor of 1.79. Do I think Hyperliquid can come back from that? Yes, I do. But it also means there are a lot of winners on the other side. When I look at those winners, I come down, let's see, who am I paying attention to? Elisa, which is AI16Z. The real name, the new name is Elisa OS. That's one that I'm paying attention to. It's up 17.91% with a GMBX factor of 12. GMBX factor of 12. Can they do it? I have no idea. But I do know a couple of people that are using that platform to build bots and everything, and they say it's a pretty good platform. Pepe is up 15%. It's up 15.11% with a GMBX factor of 2.83. Pepe is one of those coins that I think will do well, even though it's a meme coin. I think it will do well. You come on down, Dog with Hat up 9.82%, GMBX factor 8.91. It's got a long way to go, but I also think it will do well. Stellar up 9.65% with a GMBX factor of 2.16. Absolutely not a problem to hit that. Not a problem at all. You guys know I love Stellar. Looking at Virtual's protocol, up 9% with GMBX factor 7.14. I have to give it a little bit more thought, but I'm leaning toward it can do it. Near protocol up 7.8%. GMBX factor of 6.77. Near has a strong chance. Celestia up 7.45%. GMBX factor 4.81. Another one that has a chance. Brett has a GMBX factor 6.38 and is up 7.38%. I don't know, but I will say this. When you look at these coins and you look at how they're moving, a lot of these coins offer you an opportunity to make those trades. Again, I hold different wallets. I hold a holding wallet where I'm just holding those coins and I'm just adding to them all the time using a DCA strategy or dollar cost averaging. And then I have trading wallets where I'm trying to capture these opportunities. So when I see the market going down, I'm preparing myself to buy. That's what I'm doing. I'm preparing myself to buy. I take a set amount of money and I play with that money. Those are my trading wallets. That's what I'm doing with those. So yeah, these are opportunities where you could have made. When I'm telling you when something is up, it's the same way that I'm going to tell you when it's down. So that's what I pay attention to, what's going on with it. And you see this list all the way down, nothing but, places where you could make money. Pi Networks ranked number 12 is up 5.9%. Again, I think it's driven by tomorrow's, Pi Day. You've got Avalanche, that's up 6.73% with a GMBX factor 6.63. I think Avalanche is going to be fine. Those are the ones that I'd be paying attention to right now. right? When I look at it, look across the board and I'm looking at just the pure numbers, XRP, 7.49% year to date. Not bad. But Bitcoin is down year to date, 10.58%. Why would I buy Bitcoin now? Because I think it's going to make it back by the end of the year. That's why. So when you ask me that question, that's going to be my answer. And then when I look at Ethereum, do I think it's going to come back after being down almost 43%, 42.99? Yeah, I do. Solana, I'm not playing with Solana. I'm just not. I still have a bag of Solana, but I'm not playing with it. I'm not playing with it at all. I'm going to wait until it gets back to a certain level, and then I'm going to sell, because I think it will get back to a certain level, and I'll be fine, and I won't care, and I'll get out of it. Cardano, I'm just holding on Cardano. Cardano's in my holding wallet, and I'm just adding to it, DCAing. That's how I look at it. Dogecoin, 45%. Yeah, I have very little Doge left. I sold and made profit off of that. I have very little left. Let's see. I don't have any Leo. Chainlink, I have. Of course, I keep adding to it. I'm not worried about it being down 32.97% or almost 33%. I'm not worried about it at all. I hold some HBAR or Hedera Hashgraph. It's down 25.67%. I keep telling you guys, pay attention to the rhythm of coins. When I look at these coins and I see, them being down this much, I'm looking at opportunities. That's what I see. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor. Hit the like button. Tell your friends to subscribe. And let's grow this community. It's the only community where you're a part. We are actually a part of the show, right? I'm actually sitting back. I look at questions. I do all that stuff. But most importantly is that we've got something coming very, 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 very soon. We're bringing our big baggers on now, and we're going to see how it plays out. We've got a good platform. We'll be bringing back the normal classes, all that good stuff. And we're expecting a lot more. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live.